Many of you don't know your rights in this Nigeria. That's why once police stops you like this, like your body go dey shake like say you be a boy. There are some things police cannot do. But if you don't know your rights, then go use you do as they like for this Nigeria. They go use you do as they like. So number one thing, I'm here to educate you on your rights. Number one, if your sister commits a crime and she salon, she japa, she run, they come they find her, they no see am. They cannot come and carry you and say you must produce your sister. They cannot arrest you in place of your sister. The Nigerian law does not allow arrest by proxy. Abi you don hear say dem sentence Mrs. Saduka for the crime wey her pikin commit. Like no judge does that. Arrest by proxy is against Section 6 of the Police Act 2020. Abeg, no allow me to arrest you for crime wey another person commit just because you are related to the person. Number two, you cannot use the police to arrest the person for owing you money. Section 32 sub 2 of the Police Act 2020 states that it prohibits police from arresting a person merely on a civil claim or a civil wrong or even a breach of contract. So that means that somebody cannot use the police to harass you, to threaten you on something that is purely civil related, especially when there is no elements of crime involved. So all of it that is used to any small thing, you want to police station, stop that. If you have any grievance, take the matter to court. No allow anybody carry you go police station for civil disputes when the proper place to go is to seek redress in the courts. So police, they don't have a right to arrest you on a purely civil related matter. Number three, you are entitled to have an employment letter from your employer. How una go dey work for place una no get employment letter? If your madam and your oga no gree give you employment letter, please leave that job because they know what exactly they are doing. They know what exactly what they are doing. Leave that establishment. See, an employment letter is a contractual agreement between an employer and an employee. And without that contractual signature or letter, the court cannot recognize you as a staff, especially if you want to sue. If your employer does something to you and you want to sue, you need that employment letter. Your employment letter should have the amount they are paying you as salary, how much they are deducting as taxes from you, your leave allowance, your maternity leave, how many hours you are expected to work. How many hours is very important. I can't go on and on, but I believe you get the gist. Do not accept a job without an employment contract. Number four, you have a right to free legal aid. See, we understand that not everybody can afford a lawyer for criminal, civil, divorce matter, and there are some lawyers that take pro bono cases. That's cases that are free, that they can take your case for free. So if you stay in Lagos, you can actually contact the Lagos State Public Interest Partnership Office, situated in Lagos. Now, if you go to Ogba, Magistrate Court Ogba, I think it's the first floor, that's Samuel Ilorin Courthouse. Just walk in that first floor, I think it's the first or the second floor. You can actually, there's an office there that they'll be able to connect you to a lawyer. So you just explain your legal problem to them, and they will match you with a lawyer from different specialization, depending on what exactly is the problem that you're trying to tell them. So because you don't have a lawyer, because you don't have money, because you don't have money does not necessarily mean that you cannot be properly represented in the court of law. So I've at least listed at least 5 rights that you have as a Nigerian citizen. Don't allow the police to use you and catch cruise. Don't allow your employer to use you and catch cruise. It's very, very important.
Never ever confess or plead guilty to a crime which you are accused of, even if you were caught red-handed. See, here are my reasons. Just hear me out. Here are my reasons. Number one, if you immediately plead guilty to a crime just because you were caught red-handed, the minute they take you to court and you appear before the judge and they read your charges out to you and they ask you how do you plead and you say you plead guilty, immediately the judge will sentence you. They will hand down the sentence for the crime right then and there. Now what happened to Bobrisky? He pleaded guilty and immediately he was given his sentence. So be wise. don't immediately plead guilty for a crime, even if you were caught red-handed. 2, my reason for saying this is that in law, there's a saying that says that he who asserts must prove. So whoever is accusing you of stealing, of committing robbery, or being involved in fraud has to lead evidence before the court of law to establish your guilt. And the accused has to bring evidence, of course, to counter what the prosecution has said. So the law does not mandate that an accused person should now start proving his innocence. That's not how it works. So even if somebody is accusing you of a crime, it's not now for you to come and bring evidence to show that you did not do it. Let them bring what they have, and then you will now bring what you have to counter it. The third one now, in law, there's a saying that said that a person is presumed innocent until proven guilty. That's why it is wrong for police to parade criminals, because alleged criminals, because it's a breach of their fundamental rights. It's actually not advisable to plead guilty or to confess to a crime, even if you are being caught red-handed. That's why you have lawyers like us. Come and meet us. We will show you the way. We will not help. We will not tell you to lie, but we'll find a way around it. In short, you will never really see a rich man that's committed an offense go and stand before the judge and say, yes, my lord, I did it, sentence me. Now only poor man like go court, where they say, yes, I did it, forgive me. Doesn't work like that. Let them prove. If they are saying that, okay, you committed a crime, then let them prove it. That's how it works. Let them prove that truly. You can give them work. Let the prosecution prove that yes, you actually committed an offense.